Periscope, and Twitch. We will be doing an NBA Red Zone live in just the moment, like about the games. But we will talk to you now about the games that will be going on tonight. So we let's talk about the Celtics and Pacers. It's the second game they just played, and the Pacers won on December 27th. They beat the Celtics by one, with Jason Tatum missed a bucket at the buzzer. And the Pacers are 3-0. They're looking for their 4-0 start for the first time since they had Paul George. The Golden State Warriors will play the Pistons. We will keep an eye on that game at the top of the hour. The Raptors will play the 76ers. We'll also keep like four games we're gonna keep eye on. The Warriors and Pistons, the Celtics and the Pacers, the Raptors and the Sixers, the Bulls and the Wizards, and the Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. But uh, from a vote, if you guys want me to comment in the specific game, let me know in the comment box below. In the comment box below. We will start with the Toronto Raptors. Raptors. In fact, no, we will go to Detroit as we will commentate between the Golden State Warriors and the Detroit Pistons. And the Warriors thought they could have Draymond Green for tonight's game, but apparently not. And hopefully he'll be playing in Golden State first home game in the season, and that would be against the Portland Trailblazers on Friday, on the New Year's Day, as they play the Blazers. But the Warriors had a comeback win last game against the Chicago Bulls, and it was a tough and nails. Oh wow! Thank you, Clip Tom, for the thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up, and thank you because you're the first. I've been streaming for like what 2? I've been streaming for like since the bubble, and I never had no one has tipped me yet, so I appreciate you, Clip Tom. God bless you. I really appreciate you. Thank you a lot. That that is emotional. Thank you. I appreciate you. Give me a thumbs up. I'll be glad to follow you after this segment. Thank you a lot, Clip Tom. So uh, yeah, the Warriors pull up shocking, and they stole the game on Sunday against the Chicago Bulls. Make that Monday, yes, Monday against the Chicago Bulls. So we will commentate that, but as you guys know, we will also keep an eye on the Raps, 76ers, Bulls, and the Wizards, as the Wizards are looking for their first win, and do so does the Bulls. Russell Westbrook missed last game because of a rest, because of a back-to-back. Beal couldn't do everything, even though he had a lot of points. We'll keep on that. And Knicks are coming off. Well, the Knicks are playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Knicks won a shocking win against the Milwaukee Bucks, and it was a blowout at home at the MSG. And Giannis wasn't too pleased with the team's effort, so they will play the Cleveland Cavaliers, who surprisingly are 3-0, and they received tough news today as Kevin Love had a calf injury. He will miss 3 to 4 weeks. But the Cavs have won 3 straight. They won 3 straight, and Kevin Love wasn't playing well. And I can pull up to you the stats of Kevin Love. Give me 1 second here. So Kevin Love, first game, 6 points, 1 rebound. No, 37 points, 37 minutes, 15 points, 9 rebounds. And then that's when he got injured in Philadelphia, in which he only played 8 minutes and scored 4 points and 3 rebounds. So the last game, Caleb didn't play, obviously, but they won 3 straight games with without Kevin Love being the Kevin Love that he's been being the last 2, 3 seasons, as he's a easy 18 and 10 power forward, can pull up for three, can do many things. So the Cavs are looking for their fourth straight win and their first 4-0 start since LeBron James was with them. And everyone on the Cavs is playing well. Sexton is doing his thing. Darius Garland has stepped up. And you guys gotta remember that the Cavs also don't have second year Michael Porter Jr. Um, because as you know, he got arrested for gun charges and blah 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 blah. And that the Cavs, I don't know if they suspended him, but they didn't bring him to training camp, and they had to follow just because you know the Cavs need every play that they can use, and they didn't bring him because they had to follow the procedures when you get a charge. So hopefully things go well with Michael Porter Jr. and that we can bring him back to the lineup because he's not a superstar, but he could be a small key piece for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for the Knicks, yes, they won their first game this season against probably the most, probably the best, one of the best teams in the East. And I don't put the Bucks just yet as like a real contender because they haven't shown much. As you know, we will talk about the Milwaukee Bucks in just a second. But for the Knicks, Randle has been starting off strong this season. He's averaging a double-double, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 6 times, and that their Knicks are looking for back-to-back wins, and you don't hear that much for the Knicks. Because you know, for the Knicks, they they need to. I think that Rose needs to make a lot of moves. Because yes, Alfred Payne had a beautiful game against the Bucks, but I don't really trust him. I don't really trust him to lead this team because you know RJ Barrett had a wonderful for a couple games, but against the Bucks he struggled, and even in the second game he wasn't. He was good, but in the second half they showed up small, and that's why we will move on to the Toronto Raptors, who will play the 76ers and who we will keep an eye on tonight when at the top of the hour. Uh, The reasons they're going to is that their second half play is horrible against the Pels. They started off strong in the first half. Kyle Lowry had a beautiful first half, and everyone, but in the second half, they couldn't make shots. They couldn't make plays down the stretch, and that's what cost them the game. And then the next game against the Spurs, they played well in the first half. In the third, they played all right, but they kept missing shots. The same thing as the Pelican game, and they weren't playing great defense. Because the only guy that is playing well on the defensive end is Chris Boucher, who had 7 rejections against the Spurs. And you can't let DeMar DeRozan shoot threes when you know he can't shoot threes. And they didn't do a great job boxing out in the clutch down in the fourth, and that's why they lost the game. But other than that, the Raptors need to play better for 48 minutes. And um, and it's not just talking about the the other guys like Norman Powell. No, everyone has to step up. They play well in the first half, but they couldn't make shots down the stretch against the Spurs in the fourth. They couldn't make shots at all against the Pels at home, and that won't cut it because the Pels are an improving team. You let JJ Redick shoot the lights out. You let Zion block you easily. You let Ingram almost drop a triple double than Ingram, and that can't happen. You gotta play a better defensive game all around, a team game, and they have to have better possessions down the stretch because that's what matters. Doesn't matter what happens in the first or the second. The third is what changes the tempo of the game, and the fourth is the most important one, and that's what they should do. As we also wanna give some props to the Pelicans, who are also a good team, and they're a more improving team. As Zion is playing the minutes he should be playing, not like last year, limited minutes after his first game, after he went off. So they need to let Zion play. And Ben Ingram, you guys know he won the most improved. He is the real deal. He deserves that contract. Not that money, but he deserved a contract and deserves some money. And they also got Eric Bledsoe, who the Bucks let go. And I feel that Eric Bledsoe was a key piece in the Milwaukee Bucks' success in the last 2, 3 seasons. Make that 2 seasons. Eric Bledsoe was a key piece for the Milwaukee Bucks, and everyone said that he couldn't shoot. He could, but Giannis couldn't shoot. Not Bledsoe. Giannis Antetokounmpo couldn't hit free throws. He couldn't hit free throws. So Bledsoe was a key piece for the Bucks' success, and I think it'll be not a huge no, yes, it will be a huge loss for the Bucks, but that's why I'm not counting the Bucks out to go past the second round. But I don't think they're a finals contender as of now. And everyone wants to put in finals because they got the back-to-back MVP. But I didn't know that MVP back-to-back couldn't make free throws, couldn't make shots, couldn't be trusted in the fourth in clutch. But let's move on from Giannis. But before I move on from Giannis, I want to say that I was I really wanted Giannis to go to Miami to come to Philadelphia, to go to Toronto, or even go play with Porzingis and Doncic in Dallas. But I really applauded um, Giannis Antetokounmpo for staying in Milwaukee because I respect loyal players, and I know that the owners are not loyal, even though the players loyal. But when the owner or GM is giving you a chance to be a buck for life, you take that chance. You want to be the next Dirk. You want to be the next Kobe Bryant. You always want to give a tribute to Kobe and at least play the game the way it should be played and respect the team that took and risked their draft pick to draft you. So I was really impressed with Giannis Antetokounmpo about that, and that's what you wanna. That's what you want from the league's MVP. You wanna set an example. You don't wanna be like the KDs and the people that I wanna switch teams every time I lose. Like no, I don't like that from KD. But moving on from that, as it, like we were talking about the Raptors, they played the 76ers. The 76ers had great couple, two games to start the season, but Joel Embiid missed the game against Cleveland Cavaliers, and it was time for the Simmons, the Howards, and the Harris to step up, and they played really horrible. It was very embarrassing. It was very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing for the 76ers. Because Dwight Howard had 7 points. Ben Simmons had, what is it, 16 points? Not even. Tobias Harris was the leader in assists, rebounds, and points. And they got blown out by the Cavs, by the Cleveland Cavaliers, who literally don't have a legit superstar. All they have, and Kevin Love didn't even play. Only Andre Drummond played, and that 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 was horrible, horrible. But 76ers need to start strong against the Raptors. They need to set the tempo early and keep the tempo the way it should be played. As also uh, we will keep eye on that one. As you know, the Wizards, they need to play better defense. Their defense has been horrible as they lost the Magic a lot of times to start the season. And against this team, the Bulls, they're not that great. Yes, they got the Zach Levines, the Laurie Markkinen, the Otto Porter, but they're not a great team. Just yeah, and they got rookie Patrick Williams at the four, but they're not a good team. Yeah, and they lost some key players in Chris Dunn, who was who was injured last season, the year before, but he was a key piece for the Bulls. But for the Wizards, they need to step it up because you know what Russell Westbrook Russell Westbrook is going to do. He's going to get you 10 rebounds, 13, 14 dimes, 15 and or 20 points or more. He will give you that. But you need more from Russell Westbrook. You need more scoring. You need Russ to set the tempo, not just rebounding and getting assists. I think that Russell Westbrook, yes, he's still being aggressive, taking 20 shots a game, 18 to 20 shots. but he needs to be more aggressive. He needs to score. He needs to score a bit more than what he's been doing. Because Russell Westbrook's play has been amazing, and everyone thought, he's not what he used to be. I was like, no, he's still the same. He will grab the rebound. He will get dimes, get his teammates going. He's gonna get his teammates energized. But now it's the point of Russell Westbrook's career is he has to be more aggressive because you know that Beal has been aggressively good on the scoring. He can pass too. He can rebound. But Beal needs to play better defense, and it's not just Russ and Bradley Beal. It's about Thomas Bryant. It's about Troy Brown Jr., the rookie Danny Avdija, Ish Smith off the bench, Raul Neto off the bench. And yes, they got Hachimura, who's injured right now. But it's next man up. It's next man up. So the Wizards need to win tonight. There won't be an excuse for losing to the Bulls tonight. So in 15 minutes is game 10. So the Bucks will play the Miami Heat at 6:30. It will be a rematch of last year's semifinals. It was a surprising six-game wins for the Miami six six game six game sorry guys 6 game wins for the Miami Heat, but the Miami Heat haven't started out strong as Jimmy Butler is questionable for tonight. He is questionable for tonight as he's suffering an ankle injury, but I just received note that Jimmy Butler will not dress tonight and he's still having that ankle injury. So the Miami Heat need the next, as I said, the next man up to again to beat the Giannis led Bucks. The Bucks will come out strong tonight after they lost big to the Knicks. It was a blowout in New York City. So we'll keep eye on that one. The Magic are playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder have been playing, yes, they're 1-1. They're playing really well after losing. Dennis Schroeder, Gallinari, Chris Paul, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has taken the step forward, and that's what you want to see for the Canadians. And don't forget Lou Gwen's story, who's a great improved three-point shooter, surprisingly, but he's a really good defensive player. And for the Magic, they're 3-0 for the first time in a long time. So let's hope the Magic can continue that feat and Vooch can increase his value. As he's been in a lot of trade rumors, but Vooch should keep going. T. Ross have been playing well. He had some beautiful outings against Russell Westbrook and the Wizards. So you wanna keep seeing that from Vooch, who's averaging 17 and 12 on the season. And next is the Pels facing the Suns, and that game will be fun to watch because the next two games, it's Timberwolves and the Clippers. The Clippers oof, are coming off a 51-point loss to the Mavericks, who play without Kristaps Porzingis. And LA didn't play with Kawhi, but LA played so bad. 3-point shooting was horrible. Everything. So Clippers will bounce back against Carl Anthony Towns Timberwolves. He's injured. So it should be an easy win for the Clippers because if they lose another blowout, Oh, things are about to get heated in Los Angeles. And next game is the Denver Nuggets, who are playing, who got their first, finally got their first victory against the Houston Rockets. And Jokic had a wonderful triple double with 18 dimes as a center. And the Kings, who are surprisingly 2-1. And finally, you can see that the Kings are improving. They're not at that level yet. Are they going to make the playoffs in the West? You never know because anything can happen. Because we received news that Ja Morant will miss almost 3 to 5 weeks with the injury. So that's now it's a time for other teams to pick up some wins and go up in the standing, even though it's too early. But you rather get the wins now than later. But let's go back to the Pels and the Suns. The Pels are improving. We got Zion, we got Lonzo Ball, who had a great defensive stat. Who had a great defensive stat last. Who had a great defensive stat last game. Uh, he had what 16, 5 steals, and Lonzo's improved 3-point shooting, probably one of the best percentage in the league right now. But that's what you want to see. You got JJ Redick who plays off the bench, and that he gives a wonderful spark off the bench, and he is mostly on the floor in clutch moment because he has an experience and has proven that he can get it done on the floor. He can get it done on the floor. And then the next you got the the Suns who had two signings that were very good job from the Suns from James Jones was a signing, but they trade for Chris Paul, which was a great one. And Jay Crowder was another signing who I always liked Jay Crowder, even to his days with the Utah Jazz. Jay Crowder. And he was a great player for Memphis. Great player, no, not for Cleveland, but great defensive player for Cleveland, for Boston Celtics. And that's funny because D-Book dropped 70 on him. That's funny. But Jay Crowder was a key piece why the Miami Heat reached NBA Finals last season. But that's all the preview for the games. If you guys want me to comment to do the play for a specific game, and I'll be glad to take it. But it starts in 40 minutes. We will go for a quick break, and we'll be back at the top of the hour. Uh, we will start with the Golden State and Detroit, but we'll see who is in the starting lineup, and then we will see if we'll continue with the Warriors and the Pistons, or we'll go to Cleveland, Washington, or Philadelphia. We'll be back at the at the top of the hour, so stay tuned. We'll be back. Hello? So I don't know why the mic was muted for that long. But we're back to Philadelphia. But I don't know why you guys cannot hear me. Hello? Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now? So, oh, it's working. But let's see. Because the other app, Sportscaster, apparently it's not getting my voice. I don't know why, guys. I'm gonna fix this in just a second. We'll be back in Philly in just a moment. Hello? Hello? Man, I don't know why Sportscaster is not